Hey everyone, I'm Tony George from DocSports.com. Saturday college football action, Mountain West free play, and a couple of leans in two of the biggest games of the day in the Big 12 and the Pac 12. So, we got a nice free play update here for you. Be sure and get over to Docs this Saturday. 7-unit top play on a 3-pack. I'll tell you what we've done the last 5 Saturdays in college football. 13 of 4 against the spread. Hit 3 top picks. Had a big one last week on Florida State over Cuse. Laying 7. Final 38-3. Have a 7-unit top play dating back through last season. 21-7. Our last 28 college football top picks of 6 units or more. That's the hype. Come on. All right, let's get to your free plays. That's why you're here. Let's talk about a couple of games. Let's talk about this USC-UCLA game real quick. These are just small leans. They're free plays. You don't put them in a parlay. You're not, selling the kids' college fund to get down on them. It's just they're free picks. They're leans. I think the wrong team's favored in the UCLA-USC game. I'm not sold on USC. I've been telling you all year long I'm not sold on them. Defensively, they're a bad football team. As a matter of fact, the two teams really that were good offensively, that they played this year, Arizona and Utah, averaged 40 points per game against them. What do you think UCLA's going to do? And they can't stop the run. UCLA's got a hell of a running back. And they have a running quarterback. 2 good coaches, 2 good play callers going at it. Totals around 75, 76. When you have a high total like that, and a team that can't stop another team, is USC going to score? Yeah. I just think UCLA scores more in Pasadena. Getting to the Big 12. Nobody's buying TCU yet. That number's under 3 against Baylor, who got beat last week 31-3 against Kansas State. Again, with second-string quarterback. When Martinez got hurt in that game, they brought in Howard again, who's a good quarterback for K-State, by the way. K-State's expertly coached. Well, so's TCU. They've beaten 5 ranked teams. The whole world was fading them last week. This number's too short, in my opinion. I think TCU's a real deal. Better coach, better team, better quarterback. Yeah, I know Baylor's got some payback. TCU upset them last year at the end of the season and knocked them out of the college football playoffs. They're all pissed off, bulled up. Well, they don't have near the team TCU does this year. Let me tell you. I thought Baylor was going to be better than they are. TCU just keeps beating people, and people just keep scratching their head. 7-point underdog against a 3-loss team last week. On the road in Austin. Do you know how hard that is to go in there and beat them like they did? And the final score was not indicative of how TCU dominated Texas. Give me TCU. Let's talk about the Mountain West official free play. And very rarely, I can't even remember a time that I've done these videos. I've been doing videos for Doc since 2017, June of 2017. I don't remember giving out a 22.5-point favorite for a free play, but it's warranted here. Jake Hayner, remember that name. You're going to see him up on the draft board. This guy's playing on Sundays. He's going to be a high draft pick for a quarterback in the NFL. And he hurt himself for Fresno State. He hurt himself earlier this year, got hurt in the USC game early in the season. I think it was the first game of the season. He's come back in the last 3 weeks. In the last 3 weeks, Fresno State has racked up 106 points. Jake Hayner has wrapped up 344 yards a game throwing the ball with an 80% completion rate and 12 yards per catch. Bear in mind they're playing a Nevada team that just got beat 41-3 by Boise State. Now Fresno State had trouble adjusting without a star quarterback. It'd be like Kansas City Chiefs losing Mahomes and playing 5 or 6 games without him, and then when he comes back, they're right back on track. And they struggled in between. That's what happened to Fresno State. They're well coached. They're dialed in. They're not a great spread team. I get it. They struggled against UNLV last week. They're not, and they won 37-30, but they're not going to struggle against Nevada. Nevada's defense is, they're going to give it up. They're going to give it up big time. Hayner going to tear them apart. This guy, the over 54 might come into play, but I'm not so sure how Nevada's going to score. Because as I mentioned to you earlier, Fresno State, 106 points the last 3 games. Nevada scored 38. Let me give you a comparison team. Let's just take one common opponent. There's a couple of them, but just one common opponent. Hawaii. Nevada lost to Hawaii by 15. I'm doing the math here. Fresno State beat Hawaii by 42. This has got 42-10 written all over it. I'll lay the 22.5. Doc Sports, place to be all weekend. College basketball. Lots of tournaments coming up through Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving week, we'll be putting out plays every day starting Saturday. Look forward to that. NFL on Sunday. Good rebound card for you. A 4-pack, flat bet, 4 units each across the board. Teaser, 2 totals, and a side. Going to make up for a bad Sunday last week. We had a bad Sunday last week. We've been having great Saturdays. Join us on Saturday. Doc Sports, place to be.